Okay, so hello everyone. So in this video, we'll actually understand about conditional statements. Very important topic. Let me actually explain you first what I'm saying, or rather, let's actually understand it using a program. Okay, that will be much more better. Let me just create a program. A stream using namespace std int main. Okay, till here it's fine, right? So let's actually try to take two values. Okay, so let's take int a, b, and let's enter the values. Let's ask the user to give us the values. Okay, enter the values of a and b, right? Now what you're supposed to take? Supposed to take the input, so cin inside a, inside b. Whatever user gives, first put inside of a, then put inside of b. Simple. Okay, now see, I'm gonna write something. If, see, conditional statement means basically if else. They are basically if else. What are these if else? If something is true, I'll write you something, okay? And if that turned out to be true, then I will get this part of the code will execute, this part, okay, from line number 7 to 9, so to say, okay, else this part will execute. Let's understand what I'm saying. So see, if in case I'm writing, see, a greater than b, or basically let's write here a equal to b. What did I write here? See, we have seen already in boolean, that means that is equal brings us a boolean, right? So a equal b will bring in a boolean. Okay, before doing that, let's actually first revise your concept. So okay, so bool answer equal to a equal to b. Okay, cout answer. Okay, just to revise your concepts. So let's give two values. What are they? A and b. So I have given a equal to b. So if in case a equal b won't be taking place, then example if I give 3 and then 6, 0. 0 means, that means they are not equal, right? Let's take it again. Let's take 9 and 9 this time. 9 and 9. So 9, 9. Now they are equal, so we are getting one is printing, right? So that's the case. It's giving us true or false, right? 0 or false. So see, when we use if and else, that means what? If it is true, if it is true, then this part will execute. Let me actually tell you again. So let me show it to you what I mean. And let's use this part. See, if it is true, okay, if it is true, then you come and tell these numbers are equal. Okay, making sense? Okay, else means if they aren't equal, it means cout they are not equal. We'll see interesting part also. Just trying to clear the basics. Okay, first, as of now, let's understand the basics. Okay, so if they are equal, that means it will print that okay, these numbers are equal. If they are not equal, then it will tell me okay, guys, they are not equal. Okay, making sense? The answer, since I have removed it, this should not be here, right? So let's remove this answer. Okay, no comment. Let's give two values, equal values, 5, 5. Okay, 5. These numbers are equal. Understanding what's happening? 5 and 5 are equal. That means yes, they are true. So since this part is true, this part is executing. Okay, so see, if in case this part does not execute, example, we come to this line, let's say 5 and 6. So obviously they are not equal, right? So what would have happened? Let's understand that. So if they are equal, okay, if they are equal to 5 and p also equal to 5, then this part will be executed. Okay, if they are not equal, example, if this is 6, then see, I told you starting block is this, right? It will start from line number 3. It's moving in this fashion. So it came, it took everything, it checked. First it checked, okay, are they equal? No. Then this part is not executed, okay? This part is not executed. It came to this else block and it executed. So what can you conclude if it came to else block? That means the numbers are not equal. So either the number is 5 and 6, example. So we can even come and conclude one more thing out here. What is that? Let's see. Since they are not equal, then one of them is equal. One of them is small, one of them is large, okay? Since they're not equal, then one of them is small and one of them is large, right? So let's see what I'm saying. I'm saying that let's not print that they're not equal. Let's print who is bigger, okay? If they are equal, then that's great. If they are not equal, then who is greater? Okay, let's print that. So I've given the comment, that means this will be ignored by the compiler, right? Okay, so come here and let's write it. What should we write? Okay, great. Since they're not equal, then let's come here. If A is greater than B, then what I'll write? Cout A is greater than B. Does this make sense? See, it came to this else, it came to this else, and inside of this else, this if is running. Okay, and inside of this if, this is known as nested else if. Okay, see, this if ran and it was like, okay, A is greater in case A is not greater. That means obviously they two are not equal through this statement, and through this statement A is not greater. That means what's left behind? That means B is greater, right? So come here and write else B is cout B is greater. What do we mean? Let's understand it. Let's see what I have written out here. Let's see. Let's take an example. 5 and 10. 5 and 10. Okay. Are 5 and 10 equal? No, they are not equal. So this part will not be executed. They are not equal. So this, it came inside of this else. Inside of this else, it's checking, is A greater than B? A greater than B? No, not there. So this part also won't execute. That means obviously B is greater than A, then B is greater. Okay, making sense? Let's try it again. Once again, right here is greater than A. Okay, let's try it. Let me give some numbers like 5 and 10 only. Let's give here 5 and 10. 5 and 10. Okay, so what should be printed? B is greater because they are not equal, and also A is not greater than B. B is greater than A. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? To make it more interactive, what you can do is come here, write this greater than. Okay, okay, if in case A is greater, so A will be here, and I'll tell you. Okay, just give me a second. See, I'm writing that. See, if in case they are A is greater, so you don't print this A is greater than B, rather I want the values to be printed. Okay, so how can I actually allow that? This like this. A means whatever A is containing. Okay, A now is greater than, what is B? B is basically inside of B. I'll show you. Okay, what I'm saying. Just give me a second. Okay, is greater. See, if they are not equal, then if A is greater, then it will come and print me. Okay, cout whatever value is A is greater than whatever value is B. Do you understand? It's fine. Let's run it and understand. So let's give again. This time let's give 6 and 5. Okay, 6 and okay, maybe 7. So it's saying 7 is greater than B. Why it's saying like this? Because 7 is stored in B. Okay, right now A equal to 6 and B equal to 7, right? 7, B is greater. It came in this condition and A is greater than B. No, then this will not work. It came to this else part and it's writing cout whatever value is B. What is value of B? 7. So 7 is greater than, and whatever was written, than 6. Okay, how we got 6? Let's see. It's written out here greater than A. A is containing 6. So we are getting as 7 is greater than 6. Making sense this thing still now? After this we'll do a program, okay, how we can actually differentiate between even number and odd number. Okay, it's gonna be an interesting program, simple but interesting. See, right now we're trying to make our base strong, right? So it will be like somehow it will help you to do so. Okay, so we'll do that. Just give me some seconds, we'll just understand about this and we'll move to that. Okay, so let's take another example, or rather let's take some different things. Let's make A greater. So let's take 10, and what do you want to take 4. Okay, so 10 is greater than 4. What did happen right now? This part is executed. This part right now A is 10, right? So this part is executed. Okay, this part making sense? I hope it's making sense, right? Please understand this part. They are very important. Okay, now see, you can see that we are writing so many times here: is, if, and then again else, if. else. No, I don't want to write this. Okay, I want to actually use a different format. Okay, before doing the different format, I want to actually explain one more thing. See, it's not necessary that you'll have an else part. Okay, if your program actually has just if, okay, I have commented everything out, that means this is not a part of my program, just ignore it. Okay, just you can say like it's comment for me right now. So even if your program has only this means only if block, then also it will work. It's not necessary that you need if and else together. Okay, that means that it will check, hey, a equal b, yes, if it's equal then you print, all else don't do anything. Okay, let's even check this. Let's take a as 3 and 3, so these are equal, right? Single. In case if they are not equal, let's see what will happen. In case if they are not equal, then let's take 3 and 5. Okay, 3 and let's take 2. Nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. You can see it's blank because I'm right. Okay, if in case they're equal, then only you print this. If they're not, then don't do anything. It's fine. Does this make sense? It makes sense, right? It makes sense, right? Okay, I hope it makes sense. Okay, see, what did you understand? That if is there, it's not necessary that else also has to be there. Okay, now let's understand a different part of it. Okay, see, I'm writing this if. So instead of writing it likewise, you can even write like this. You have something called as else if. See what actually happens. You can see it else. You can see it if. So actually we're trying to combine this else and if. Okay, so it's kind of shortcut. Okay, so see, we're gonna check first, hey, if a equal b, print this. If that's not the case, that means is a greater than b. Okay, as if a is greater than b, then what you need to print? This part. Okay, let me just copy it, it's fine. Okay, understanding? Else if b is greater than a. See, even if you don't write this part, b is greater than a, obviously it makes sense for us that b will be greater. It came through this way. They are not equal. Obviously, they are not equal, that means they have different values. It came here and it's like, okay, even a is not greater. Then obviously the conclusion is b has to be equal. B has to be greater, sorry. Okay. So even if you don't write here this condition, b is greater than a, then also our program will work fine. Okay, even if you write it, this is fine. I'll just show you both the ways. Okay. So let me just copy this part. Just give me a second. Okay. Let's run again. Let's give two values. Let's give 4 and 5. 5 is greater than 4. Which part worked? This part. Okay, b is greater, right? Sorry, 5 and 4. That means this part worked. Let's give one more time. Even I didn't see which values I gave. Okay, let's give 4 and 5. Okay, so 5 is greater, that means b is greater. So 5 is greater than 4. That means this part worked. Okay, b is greater than 5. See, again, if I don't write here this statement also, just if I write here else. Okay, just I'm writing, see, if then this, else if this happens, then you do this. If these two are not happening, then obviously b is greater, so even if you don't give this checking, it's just fine. Okay, and we'll get our answer. I'll just show you. Make b is greater, and then we'll see, we might get the answer right. Obviously we get the answer right again. So 6 is greater than 5. Making sense till now? Okay, please see it in case if you are not, if it's not making sense, just see it once again. It's simple. Okay, it's just simple. It's just a building block, I should say. See, in most of the programs we'll use like if and else. Okay, whereas if we have some like here we had three comparisons, right, kind of thing. So if for the three comparisons, either you can use this format or you can use this format. Okay, this if this happens then do this, else if this happens then do this, else you do this. Okay? See, it doesn't make sense. I mean, like, doesn't make any difference. For me, I prefer using this part because you know you don't have to write this like else and then you can come and check inside of it. Okay, so but it depends on you. Okay, whichever format you like, you can use it. Okay, so I hope this comparison part is you understood this part. Okay, so now let's actually do an interesting problem, that is how do we find a number is odd or even. Okay, let's do that. Let me create a new file. Okay, so hash include iostream using name space std int name. Simple. Even this program is simple, but we need to understand some part. Okay, so let me write here odd even. Okay, let's understand what. Let's take a number int num. Obviously you can name it anything, whatever you want. Okay, it's fine. Okay, come here and tell the user to give it. So how will you tell the user? Please, or rather you can just say enter the number. Okay, done. The user will enter. How it will enter? If it enters, the value will go inside of scene. So now, making sense? Now come here. Again we'll do something sub checking. We'll do some checking. If the checking is correct, then we'll tell the number. We'll see. Okay, what will? Okay, let's first understand it and then complete. Okay, so let's first understand it. How can you differentiate if a number is divisible by 2 or not? I mean, like even or not. If it's an even or not. See, I have 2, I have 4, I have 6, I have 8. Okay. All of these numbers, what is the common thing? Every number can be divided by 2. Okay, so if we do this mod to 4 mod 2, what it will give? Give 0. 8 mod 2, what it will give? 0. 6 mod 2, what it will give? 0. Why 0? Because they all are divisible by 2. Making sense? They all can be divided by 2. If you take 3 mod 2, will it give me 0? No, it will give me 1 because 3 is not divided by 2. 2 ones are 2 plus 1 will give me 3. That means remainder is 1. Let's take 7. 7 mod 2. What is the remainder? 1. 9 mod 2. 1. Does this hit something? Wanna give it a try? See, here we're gonna check something. We'll check. What we'll check? I'll just give you an idea. If the number that you have entered, if you do modulo with 2, and if that number comes out to be 0, that means what you can conclude? That means that number is an even number, right? This part. Else you can check one more condition. If that number comes out to be equal 1, that means it's an even it's an odd number. Or else you have already understood that if in case it is not equal to 0, that means obviously it's gonna be 1. That means it is obviously an odd number, right? Want to give it a try? Give it a try. Okay, I would like you guys to try. In case if you can't, then obviously come and see the video. Okay, so I hope you gave it a try. Okay, so let's understand how we are gonna do this. It's again simple. It's very simple. See, if the number that I'm entering, the number that the user is giving, say 4. Okay, if you do mod with 2, okay, mod with 2, if it gives me 0, then obviously what you can conclude, the number is even, right? Or to make it better, you can say like this: num means, and let me just give you a space. If you can just give space out here. Okay, so it's gonna say num, whatever num has. Okay, example 4, I gave an input as 4, so 4 space number, or the number 4 is, let's give it like this: 4 example dash is an even number. Does this make sense? See, if in case you gave 4, okay, 4 modulo 2 will be equal to 0 obviously. So if it's the case 4 is kept here, so 4 is an even number. Making sense? This is trying to make a space between those two. Okay, so in case if it is not, then else obviously it's not equal 0, that means it's gonna be an odd number. So just come here and write cout. You can write here, yes, let's copy it. Just copy it, it's fine, we just copy it and make some small changes to this. It is an odd number. Does this make sense to us? Okay, I hope it's making sense. It's simple, right? So let's understand it. Let me give the number. Okay, so let the user ask, let the program first is asking me. I'm giving 8. What is 8? 8 is an even number. 8 is an even number. Making sense? Let's do one thing. Let me give let's say 7. 7. Is it an even number? No. That means your if part is false. Okay, if part is false, that's the reason we will go to the else part. In the else part you have written that this number belongs to an odd family, I should say. Okay, so 7 is an odd number. Does this make sense to us? It makes sense, right? Simple. Okay, I hope you understood it. In case there is one more variation. Okay, what if it comes to be equal 1? You want to change your, see, it depends on you, right? The conditions that you put. I put first 0, that means 0 means it's gonna be an even number. if I'm putting that it's gonna come to 1, then what's the difference? That means it's an odd number. You come, copy this part, Control X, come here, write it here, and then let me just cut it this and let me paste it here. That means see, if it's equal 1, that means it is obviously an odd number, because if it was an even number then the value should be 0. Does this make sense? See, condition depends on you, right? You are gonna code it, so obviously you can give even this condition. It's not gonna make any difference. It's just the thing is that I'm first checking that, okay, if in case the value will be 1, then obviously it is an odd number, or else if the value is not 1, then obviously it's gonna be 0, and if 0, then it's gonna be an even number. Making sense? Let me explain it to you in case if it doesn't make sense. So see, 5 modulo 2, what we'll get? We'll get 1. 7 modulo 2, what we'll get? We'll get 1. 8 modulo 2, what we'll get? 0. So in case if equal 1, if it's coming to be equal 1, that means see, it's gonna return me a boolean. Okay, boolean means true, so 1, it will return me 1. So if in case it's true, then you run this part. Making sense? Or else run this part. Understanding? So you can even interchange it likewise. Okay, so let's just even check this part. Let's just check it. Okay, let's just even check this part. Obviously it's gonna work fine. Okay, just give me a second. What's the issue? I have given 2 parts. Okay, let me just delete this extra parenthesis because it's gonna be here, right? First clause if, then clause else. Okay, remember this parenthesis, they're important. Okay, now let's run it. So let's enter 7. Okay, and check. So what we should get? Obviously it's an odd number. 7 is an odd number. That means right now the conditions is different, but we know what we're doing, right? If in case it's equal 1, that means obviously it is an odd number. In case if this part is false, the program has reached line number 11, that means obviously this part is false. So if in case it reaches 11, that means the number that you gave me is not equal 1, modulo is not, remainder is not equal to 1, that means obviously the remainder is going to be 0, because we are actually trying to divide by 2. Making sense? So in case if it's 0, that means obviously it's going to be an even number, right? So let's even check it for even number. Let's take 6, or rather let's take 10. 10 is an even number. Making sense? I hope it makes sense, right? So these are the conditions that we use. Okay, as we move forward, we will use it a number of times. Okay, because this is the main thing that we will be using. Okay, so I hope you understood this part. In case if you did not, just go through once again. Okay, and just try it. You will be able to do it. Okay, it's simple. So see you guys in the next video. Thank you.